Well, Kalamunda is a team playing without luck, and their position on the ladder doesn't accurately reflect their performance. They're up against a side looking to consolidate their place in the top four, and a win today will do just that. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hartfield Park for this Round 7 Fortescue Premier Grade clash between Kalamunda and Associates. My name is Mick Collis. Joining me in commentary this afternoon, former Springbok Peter Grant and former Western Force hooker Heath Tessman. And Tess, as we mentioned, Kalamunda currently on the bottom of the ladder, but an upset not out of the question this afternoon. And the weather test, she's a bit blowy.
No.
And a big day out here as well for the Ladies' Day. Beautiful. Thanks, Tess. We'll look forward to hearing more from you during the game. Pete, SOAKS currently in third. It's an important one for them today.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for SOAKS playing out here in Kalamunda. Very important game, obviously, staying in that final position in the top three. But yeah, they can take some good confidence coming into this game, for sure.
And the weather, you know, we've had some beautiful weather here in Perth, but today it's gone a little bit custard. Very, very strong wind blowing up here. Can you put a point score? Is it a 20-point breeze, a 10-point breeze? And as a kicker like yourself, do you like these sorts of conditions as a player?
Oh, you like it when the wind's at your back, definitely. So, yeah, but it's a real factor today. It's very gusty. Be good if the rain stays away. It's currently pretty dry, but yeah, it's a big factor. Yeah, you'd want to, I'd say comfortably 10 points. I'd say at this point, but yeah, it's going to be quite a factor from our screens here from right to left.
And so will that play a factor in the tactics these teams will play? Do you think they'll both, when they've got it at the back, just punch the corners the whole time?
Yeah, I do. It depends on what tactics they take. You see, a lot of teams will, traditionally they opt to play into the wind first half, and then they want to come home with a breeze. But I don't know. There's the other train of thought of taking the wind at your backs first half and trying to get ahead and let the other team try and chase that.
And we had some interesting results last week as we see them there on the screen. And again, some really tight games in this Fortescue Premiership competition. Associates just getting home over Palmyra 16-14. West Scarborough 29-23 over Southern Lions. Kalamunda, where we are today, just going down by 3 points to University. Perth Bayswater in a tight one against Cottesloe. It was tight right up to the very end, but Cott ran away with it when Perth went down to 14 men. That was the Stansport match last week. And then Wanneroo 36 defeating Joondalup 21. So the competition, it has really started to get tight. And the ladder, as we see it here today, we have mentioned that Kalamunda on the bottom, but they have been a team playing without luck. But at the moment, University, they've been very strong all year. 6 from 6 and currently comfortably in the lead on 25 points. Cottesloe on 17. Associates, as we mentioned, they want to try and consolidate their position in that top four. They're currently third on 16. Then a flurry of teams, Palmyra, Nedlands and Wanneroo all on 13. Southern Lions on 12, and then Scarborough, Joondalup, Bayswater and Kalamunda at the bottom. So it's a really tight game. So we've got, seven teams all vying for that top four spot at the moment.
Yeah, it's great. The points difference, I think, says it all there. It's very, very tight in the midfield. The difference from number one from UWA at the top and Kalamunda on the bottom. There's been some tight games the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, it's a good little tussle there in the midfield, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. And, so SOAKS will be desperate to try and get up today. And then looking at the team of the week, which is always something that players want to try and make. And at Tess, it was some good names in there.
Yeah, and especially we touched on that performance from Perth Bayswater last week. David Tifa, Ongawalski, Brandon Olo as well. 3 of their starting 8 pack, and they were absolutely brilliant for them last week as well. Phoenix Hunt was another name that we said a lot of in that match. He's looking really sharp out of 9. And Byron Sharwood and Clay Ewan providing plenty of spark for that UWA team out wide, but not to miss as well, Regan Howley and Anthony Tawiti. Today, if they can get a little bit of an opportunity, a little bit of space in this breezy day, they could light it up.
Yeah, so 3 Kalamunda players in that team of the week, and Dean Taylor Menzies there from Associates, but Taylor Menzies not playing for Associates this afternoon. And then looking at the lineups, Kalamunda against Associates. Kalamunda first, we'll just take you through their lineup. So the front row of Hemi Tuavi, Norman Tapara and Alex Cayley, Hanare Hokamau and Caleb Marr in the second row. The back row, Pumi Black, Dane Sowers and William Taheki. The halves pairing of Tookie Kalen and Ryan Black. The wingers, Ben Smith is one. There has been a couple of late changes. Charles Rawlin has gone to fullback. Andrew Du Vudu Vakula on one wing, and then the centre pairing of Regan Howley and Malachi Tamanu.
For SOAKS this afternoon, we've the front row, we've got Samuel Dapar, Joe Walding, Karai Tiana, and Scott Tolmie running up the front three there. The second rowers, we've got Lagan and Mishan. Back rowers, we've got Jack Noble, Jesse Elliott, and Dominic Jason. Mid in the halves, we've got Damien Hines, Mitchell Taylor, who's captaining today. And then in the midfield, we have Connor Gilbert and Landman, Harry Larkins and Ricky Wiley on the wings with Ben Moran at the back.
Yeah, so some good talent in both, and I really like Connor Gilbert. The last time we had SOAKS, he had a fantastic game down there at Associates, so he'll be looking forward today. He's in good touch.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll be looking to really keep converting that form that he has been showing these last few weeks as well. And another name there for the Kalamunda team, Dane Sawers as well, the 7. Spent a bit of time with the under-20 squad as well, and he's looking to go on higher representative honours with the Australian team. And he's been excellent for them last year and this year too. Young guy, only 19, 20 years of age, and mixing it with all the men. And
also good to see Scotty Tolmie Tess out there again, one of the crowd favourites.
Oh, he's one of the fan favourites every week, isn't it? The man, he's just an 80-minute machine. The man that was built to play in the front row. But he's got all the skills of one of the men sitting next to me right here, Peter Grant as well. He can kick, he can pass. What can't he do? So let's hope this win doesn't hamper Scott Tolmie too much.
and Tess, that it's going to be up front. It's a bit cold today. This is a great day to be a forward because you can stay nice and tight. Is that the way they're going to play it, or do you think they will throw it around?
I think they're going to be smart early on, and the smart way to play it would just to be pretty direct and to play it pretty tight, and then you just got to back your 9s and your 10s, your decision makers out there to make the right choices for you and put you in the right part of the field to then convert on opportunities into points. So whether that may be, if you're going into the wind, doing a little bit of extra work and then looking for a contestable kick to give you the chance, or just taking that one little settler before getting it right out of your end and not worrying about playing down your end of the park. That'll be up to the guys that are driving them around. And so, Pete, the battle of the number 10s, Mitchell Taylor, the captain for SOAKS, up against Ryan Black, the 10 for Kalamunda. How important are those two guys going to be today?
Yeah, well, two leaders there today, both captains, and so, big bit of weight on their shoulders there this afternoon with that wind factor, and it's, as I said, it is a real factor this afternoon. So it'll be interesting to see who's playing with the wind in the first half, and field position, I think, as Tess mentioned, is going to be the key to kick off this game.
So not far away from a start out here at Hartfield Park, a real change in conditions. As I mentioned, we've had some beautiful weather in Perth with very little breeze, but it's saved itself for this afternoon. It is absolutely howling from the hills. It's an easterly breeze that's blowing. I'm not sure how many knots it would be, but it's pretty strong. You'll be able to see some of the flags throughout the broadcast today, just how strong this wind is here, coming straight off the hills of Perth, and it's pretty cold as well. And some of the ladies that are here for Ladies' Day, I'm sure they were wishing that it was winter because they've got some summer uniforms on, and I'm sure they'll be a little bit cold, but hope they enjoy themselves as we see the Associates team start to make their way through the tunnel today here at Hartfield Park. Associates, the first ones to take the field, coming from the opposite side from the clubhouse. Scotty Tolmie there, the man in the middle with that wrist tape on, a la David Campese. Sam Meacham there with the headgear. And SOAKS have been in pretty good touch this year, and they'll be wanting to try and continue that here. But Kalamunda are always a tough customer at home. They get good crowd support, and as we mentioned, Ladies' Day as well. So the forwards there from Associates, and the back row too. Tess, Jack Noble, Jesse Elliott, and Dominic Jason. They've been pretty consistent this year. Yeah, they've been really solid. And they're not a flashy back row. They're not like a big ball carrying huge bulk of a back row, but they're just a
are busy, consistent. They just kind of keep wearing teams down. They're always there, kind of pestering around, especially Jesse Elliott. He plays a lot of tempo, a lot of speed. And we touched on Dane Sawers as well before. Like the two of them going head-to-head in that number 7 jersey is something to behold today.
And Sam mentioned there in the number 5, he normally plays in the back row, but Soaks have been using him in the second row. So he's a big mobile player. As you can hear the hand claps as Kalamunda, the home side, they make their way out onto Hartfield Park. The kids coming out with them. And they are looking at them, Pete, a pretty solid-looking side, Kalamunda.
Yeah, Kalamunda, always a solid-looking side. That's traditionally the size is big amongst the Kalamunda boys. So, yeah, I definitely think they'll be looking for that rolling, maul, rumbling stuff up the middle in the beginning. Yeah, hopefully get some momentum for their backs. And, yeah, but keeping it tight, I think, is the Kalamunda way.
Tess, it's a pretty big pack Kalamunda have trotted out today.
Oh, I mean, it's just the pack you're touching on there. Kalamunda teams are always consistent. They're consistent that it's hard to tell who's the front row, who's the 9, who's the 12, because they can all ball play, they can all carry really well, and they're all built like an outhouse.
So about to get underway, it will be Mitchell Taylor from Associates. It'll be interesting to see what they do with this first kick with this breeze. It is blowing from right to left across the screen, slightly towards the camera. So set for a start here at Hartfield Park. And he goes into the wind, so it'll hold up nicely. And straight away you can just see the effect that this breeze will have. But Kalamunda straight away from the bounce on the attack. So not a mistake from Soaks, but that wind upsetting what they were planning on doing. A solid hit there by Tolmy in midfield. So Tookie offloading to Tuheki. Big number 8 with the headgear. Look for him today. He'll be damaging all day. They bring it back towards the commentary side. This is Ma. Big, strong running second row. It takes Plout towards the halfway. Tookie again. Short ball. Gets left behind. Picked up by Duvudu Vakula. Brought to ground and turned over. So Soaks with the wind at their back. And it is Dominic Jason offloading to Noble, who takes the tackle. Haynes to Depar. Haynes again at halfback, digs in to Tolmy. Dummies, wrapped up there by Cayley. Haynes again. Depar getting plenty of early touches, swung to the ground by Tapara. Haynes a little scamper himself. Now Soaks using their backs, it's out with Landman. Slow ball. Finally comes out. Depar again hits third run for the afternoon, chalking up the metres. Sloppy pass picked up well by Meacham on the bounce. They come again through Taylor to Noble.
Good phases this from Associates, building up some pressure against Kalamunda.
Jason into contact just outside the 22. Soaks continuing to attack. Taylor, sloppy ball picked up by Lambin well. This is Moran up from fullback.
Back.
So Soaks, they go again. Tolmy leaves it behind. So the Kalamunda defence holds firm, but Pete, as you said, strung some nice faces together.
Yeah, some really pretty aggressive start there from Associates. They've obviously got some had some advantage to play there, so they've come back for the penalty. But I think they'll be happy with that. The ball was going through a lot of hands there, a lot of carries. Few men getting involved there quite regularly. DePaul was in quite a number of carries there, involvements as you mentioned. So that's good confidence starting off the game. Get the guys involved and get some handling in early.
And test the line out. Are you throwing to 6 today, or are you keeping it tight?
We're putting those calls to 6 straight in the back pocket. No, they go to the middle and win it well.
Meacham flies high. Elliott now with it. So they start to rumble. Wallen Correatana is at the back. Now it comes out to Haynes. Landman it is. Trucking back in towards the line. They go wide. Tolmy. So centre field only about 5 or so metres away. Associates on the attack. Early stages of this match. And And the penalty coming in favour of Kalamunda. Pretty happy with it too. Tuavai gives a little fist pump. So a good battle, Tess, happening in these forwards.
Yeah, it's confrontational early. You can see that that's just the way that associates want to play. They've been testing the width, but then once they get down to the 22, it's just be direct, win that race around the corner, and just keep going straight down those Kalamunda inside channels. And unfortunately, just there, I think it was Scotty told me again, he just caught up a little. The ball got caught in that ruck, and gives Kalamunda the scrum and the opportunity to exit their line.
So Colour need to get it right. They've got that wind in their face, so they need to execute properly. Tookie. They decide to run it out from their 22. Davudavakula takes up, wrapped up there by Wiley. So Kalamunda deciding to try and run it out through Ma. A very strong breeze. It's been turned over though, so Associates back on the attack. Poor ball control from Kalamunda. Moran up from fullback. This is Landman. Almost through the tackle of Howley. They come again. It is relentless, this yellow wall. Walding Karatana brings it down. Taylor again, stepping off the right foot. They go again through Lagan.
Love seeing a 10 tackle the line there by Taylor.
Landman cops a high one again. Referee playing advantage.
Advantage, high tackle.
So no malice in it. Just slipped into it though.
That ball's gone forward. We've gone high. Mitigating down. He's still got to go. It's gone down.
They play on quickly through Landman. He taps and goes. He must be close. He's only about a metre or so away. So Associates, they have dominated possession and territory.
Tommy again, he's over there.
Must be close. Only a metre or so away.
Numbers
Taylor,
out wide.
Long ball. Gilbert.
Yeah, Gilbert's in.
Scores the try. So Connor Gilbert, we spoke about him earlier. He's been very good for Associates and he picks up 5 points this afternoon out here at Hartfield Park to reward Associates for some fairly consistent attack deep inside Kalamunda territory.
Good carries by those centres in the midfield. Both Landman and Gilbert have both been involved quite heavily there. As we see the replay again, Taylor spreading that ball out wide and nice low body position there for Gilbert to get him over the line.
Yeah, he had some work to do, so he did do well. And the good skills of Walding Karatana too, Tess.
Yeah, well, and all of them showing really good skills there, all the way through. Like Walding Karatana, he's been playing out the back a little bit more, looking to offload. He's been taking it directly as we cross back.
I don't want to interrupt, but what can't he do?
What can't he do? He touched on the skill of the man pre-game.
So where do you put this ball, Pete? You hammer it so far to the right and let the wind pull it back?
Yeah, tough one for the left footer on this side, but as we well know, Tommy can do most things. So
here he goes. He moves into it. Almost. He reads it pretty well. It's curled at the end, so it just goes across the face of the post. He struck it pretty
too
well.
hard.
Yeah,
I think harder than the wind.
I think you're a bit disappointed with that one. Yeah, the wind didn't play its part there.
Needed the soft, silky touch that he has with his hands transferred down to his boots. So 5-0, early stages of this match here out at Hartfield Park. And Charles Rawlins, it will be, the fullback for Kalamunda. They haven't spent any time outside their own half. That ball, we just see it swinging. That'll almost find touch. It's been picked up by Kalamunda through Ma. So Kalamunda with a chance to attack, running into this strong head breeze, been dropped behind there by Sowers. So not the best of forays into the half.
Tough one there for Sowers. He's reached forward there. Could have possibly been knocked back, but it was very obvious that he'd left his fingers there. So a bit of relief there for Associates now. You'd think they'd look for a corner here, Tess.
Yeah, you think they wouldn't waste any time down this end of the field, especially with the pay and the pressure that they've been able to heap on top of Kalamunda so far. Just kick it down. There's that opportunity for the 50-22, but even if you don't get that, you've just got to force Kalamunda to play out of their own end.
So Haynes with the scrum feed. Good solid platform. And there goes the kick. He's put a fair bit onto it. Rawlins is back. Ball's bouncing. Rawlins keeps it in. Strong, athletic fullback. Tuki's there. Again, they try to run it out. Sowers. Still going.
Aggressive carry there by Sowers in the midfield.
Come again, the short side. Tamanu takes the tackle. Do a bit of a cooler, coming in off his wing, getting some work, and the penalty coming. Tuki decides to play on. They don't want to kick it into the breeze. They keep it in their hands. Kalamunda now right on the attack. Second row is getting involved. That was Hukamau. Ball still in play, so some great play from Kalamunda. Hukamau again ends up with it, but being turned over once again. Meacham, midfield, still going, keeps the leg drive going, takes play up towards the halfway. But maybe Kidman going a little bit too much. I think not releasing.
I think Kalamunda making it pretty clear there what they're wanting to do in their half. I mean, looking for those quick taps to try and gain some field position. I feel it's tough going to be kicking into this breeze, but as we see there, so it's just holding on to the ball. I think it was Captain Ryan Black getting in over that ball quite nice and early, winning the penalty for his team.
So scrums, Tess, that's what you'd be doing?
That's what you'd be doing. I mean, I'm a little bit surprised Kalamunda didn't opt to take the quick tap again there and just keep the ball rolling, keep the pressure on, because they were able to convert that into a great field position off that first tap. Ryan Black just built a little bit stocky, a bit of a Rod Caper-esque 10 out there, like strong over the ball. He's probably just looking to set something up and create a bit of space for his backline.
So Kalamunda with the chance, it's going to be picked up off the back by Tuheki. Tuki goes himself. Offloads to Rawlins.
Great pick up there by Rawlins, but he's lost it again.
So
sets come away.
Possession for Kalamunda. They are their own worst enemy here at the moment out at Hartfield Park. They need to try and hang on to the ball. The penalty coming, and I think Associates will be certainly looking for a touch with this one. They're on the 10-metre line. Interesting to see how much they can chew off. Mitchell Taylor excited at the prospect.
Yeah, great little play there, coming down the short side as well. And Kalen Toki, what a little offload there as well. He drew 2 or 3 players in, managed to get that ball away. Unfortunately, Rawlins just couldn't control it in the tackle there. Rolled onto his back, gave the opportunity for the Associates players to get on top of that ball, give him a free shot at it. And now here they are, 20 metres out from the line.
So Warding Karatana with the throw. Once again, well won by Meacham in the middle. They bring it in. They start to rumble. Walding Karatiana has got it. You can see him there at the back.
Come around 6, get out.
Haynes is there, directing the ship. It's still with the hooker, though. Now Haynes takes it. Landman, in fact, that's Gilbert.
No, actually,
An obstruction called by the referee. So scrum being called.
Just accidental. It's just accidental.
So an accidental obstruction. So the scrum will be held in favour of Kalamunda, who once again find themselves just camped outside their own try line. They've had a ventured a couple of times in, but just keep turning that ball over. So test that maintaining possession, the key for Colour at the moment.
Yeah, I think they've done a pretty good job of just testing their way out of here. They just need to be a little bit more clinical in some of those breakdown areas. The boys down this short wing, David Vakala and Rawlins, have both found space, but it's just being able to convert and just go 1 or 2 more phases.
So a big scrum for Kalamunda, using their backs well. This is Tamanu, tackled inside the 22. Tuki goes to short side to Rawlins. Here they go. Little chip through. And it's going to beat everyone into touch. So Black it was.
Oh, and that's just what we were just touching on there. And just that little bit more polish. Like they're creating the spaces. They're finding some edges. They've just got to do a little bit better job just to finish it off.
Yeah, they just need to hang on to the ball. So they get another chance here. Tuki picks it up. Black now. Sloppy ball may have been knocked on. Yes, it was. So things just not working for the Kalamunda team. We talked about their team playing without luck, and at the moment it still seems to be deserting them out here at their home turf.
Yeah, both teams just giving away possession a bit too easily at this point, isn't it? You mentioned there, Black is getting some space down the left-hand side. He's unfortunately kicked it up the full. SOAKS just lost that line out very, very easily. It felt like it wasn't an easy option that they went for in the lineup, but Kala giving the ball straight back to them. So, yeah, I think just patience with ball in hand for both teams at the moment.
So Haynes with the scrum feed. Great attacking opportunity for SOAKS, leading by 5. They go once again. Gilbert takes the tackle. Haynes, a short ball to Jason, the number 8. They're about 10 metres away from the line. Haynes again to Meacham. They go wide again to Depar. Takes a mountain of stopping, still going the front rower.
This is looking
Taylor,
good, yeah, for SOAKS on the outside.
Landman.
They're very close there now.
Still, it's Tolmy now. The money man. Can he?
He's always going to get onto it.
He must be close. This is Lagan. Wrapped up.
Oh, they've lost it.
And they play on quickly again. Here they go through Sowers.
Sowers with a quick breakaway. Quick tap.
Oh, once again.
Just trying too much.
They just start to look very good and then just throw it away. It's that one extra pass.
Must say, some desperate defence there from Kalamunda on their goal line, and they've done well to turn it over. Some big boys there from SOAKS taking some big runs. Tolmy again in play, both front rows. Tolmy and Depar getting some carries there. As you saw, as they're taking a quick tap, gaining some valuable yards for Kalamunda, and then just a simple little error there again.
And then just that desperate stuff.
They
don't need to be desperate.
Pass. Yeah.
So again, Haynes with the scrum feed, SOAKS on the attack, just on the 22-metre line. This is Taylor looking for the runners. Oh, solid hit there on Moran up from fullback. In fact, it wasn't Moran. And again, more solid defence. Jason, it was the number 8.
Yeah, coming back for penalty advantage and then high tackle.
So some solid defence there. There's a player currently down in the midfield for Associates, receiving some attention. Might be Dominic Jason, the number 8. We'll try and see who it is. It's obscured by the trainer at the moment. But 5-0 the score. Both sides, Tess, have been quite prepared to throw the pill around today, despite the breeze.
Yeah, and it's good to see that they're trusting their skills. It's just you just love to see them be a little bit more clinical in some of those moments, especially Kalamunda. Like, they're playing a lot of rugby there for not much reward, and they have to do that playing into this stiff breeze. Like, they can't kick their way out of trouble, so they have to back themselves. But just being a little bit more clinical and playing that extra 1 phase, 2 phases, giving themselves a little bit more time to get set, I think it might pay off them.
So Dominic Jason it was. He's going off for a blood bin from that head clash. And it looks like Thomas Masabaka is coming on. And SOAKS with another chance with the line-outs. They're about 10 away from the Kalamunda line. This breeze making it hard. Meacham wins it again. They bring it in. They start to drive towards the try line. They're looking for their second try. Walding Kairatiana has got it at the back. You can see the ball there. They march towards the line. They can't be far away. He's still going the hooker. Now they spin up. And what's the referee called? A knock on in favour of. So that'll be Kalamunda. They've got out of that one well.
Yeah, some more desperate defence there from Kalamunda, but you feel SOAKS were pretty set here with the maul. And
I'm not sure how the ball ended up popping out.
Ended up being knock on from both teams. So, yeah, it must have happened right near the end. But Kalamunda got out of jail again there.
Haynes it was with the double grab. So Kalamunda, they'll be looking to run this ball almost from their own line. It's a big scrum.
And a big battle as well on this side of the scrum between Depar. He's getting through a mountain of work around the park, but he's doing his work here at scrum time as well, coming up against Alex Cayley in the Team of the Week last week earlier, as we mentioned as well. He's a big young tight head prop, and he's doing a great job here. Makes it easy having someone like Caleb Marr behind you as well.
So approaching the mid-stage of this first half. Good solid platform. They bypass Black and go straight to Howley. Good hard running centre. Back to Rawlins. He decides to put it on the toes. That ball just almost stopping, but he'll put it into touch. So not a bad kick, Pete.
That's a great kick. That's a beautiful kick straight into the stiff breeze. It held up a bit there, but he'd given enough effort to cross the touchline. So, yeah, I think his team can be happy with that. They're just outside the 22-metre line there, but they're going to have to get ready to do some solid defence here again.
So SOAKS with the line out. Plenty of options with their jumpers. It's been left behind by Noble, but they clean it up well. So SOAKS continue through Haynes. Masabaka getting involved early. Haynes again to Taylor. This is Larkins coming around the corner onto Landman. Landman still going, managed to offload. Lagan. And a little knock on, so Kalamunda again get another chance.
On the Kalamunda D, they do. They stand up again. They stand up tall. They're doing a great job down here because they're weathering an absolute storm. Not only the physical storm of the wind coming into their face all this half so far, but just associates coming at them in their 22 as well.
I'd love to see their tackle count. Is it 100 to 2, do you think?
Oh, we'll check with the stats man. It's a whole heap to not too much. But this starts to create, there's the pressure that is obviously on Kalamunda, but this can breed some confidence out of them as well. All of a sudden the pressure can start to build back on SOAKS here, only having 5 points so far this half.
So Keller again. Tukey, they go back to Rawlins. They liked what he did last time. This time doesn't chew off quite as much, but puts it into touch. So they find themselves defending once again. Kalamunda on the 22. SOAKS with the throw. They go to the back, and Heath Tessman in the breeze.
That was a bold throw there.
Bold is a great term. So they come away with it once again through Davudu Vakula.
Good carry for
pumping.
him.
Sowers offloading to Black. It's been intercepted though by Noble. So once again, Kalamunda just pushing that last pass. And they find themselves back defending. Taylor just punching for that corner. Ball will hold up, picked up by Rawlins. So Kalamunda get the chance again to try and build some phases. They get a penalty. That'll help them. Black has it.
No clear release.
He taps and he goes. They play on quickly. This is Tuheki
Hold yellow.
on the 10-metre line. Black. Long ball has been thrown straight to Tuavi.
I wasn't expecting that
No,
one.
he wasn't. Held it well. Tukey again. Kalamunda. They managed to break that first tackle. So their attack seems to be as good as their defence. At the moment, they just need to hang on to that ball. Cayley, and there they go. They've put it down again.
Another little error there from Kalamunda. You just feel like they were just starting to get some rhythm again and just starting to get through some phases, you know, get a little bit composed and settle down, just try and keep the ball in hand. And as Tess was mentioning, just trying to build some confidence for when they do get into a real attacking position. But once again, just forcing the ball, and a little error crept back into their game, and back on the defence again.
Cayley was coming from a mile away.
He was Dizzy Gillespie coming off the long run up there, not the short one. But I'd love to see Kalamunda just narrow up their attack a little bit. I know they're playing broad, but they've got their forward spread. But I'd love to see them just narrow up and really punch through that Associates deck.
Yep.
Because they're a big group, and then it leaves space for players like Rawlins, players like Smith as well to convert.
So SOAKS again through Haynes, Landman. In fact, there was Gilbert. Landman outside him, Taylor. Taylor stepping, It's been good, the number 10. Up to the 22 metres again, Associates. This time it's Landman, onto Meacham. Well wrapped up by Sowers. He's been good for Kalamunda. Haynes. Jason back on after that little stint in the blood bin. Taylor got some runners and picks Tolmy inside the 22. Taylor again, short ball to Gilbert.
Hands.
Moran out to Larkins.
Still got advantage.
Playing advantage, you can hear the referee. Walding Karatiana gets it on the second bite. Taylor, Depar. Offloads to Tolmy. Tolmy rolling towards the line. Associates, can they get number 2? Haynes wants it. Now it goes to Taylor. Long pass out. Oh, and Wiley. He's put it down. I'm not sure what happened. We'll pick it up here on the replay. It was the long ball from Taylor out to Wiley, and I think he's just copped it up.
It's just come straight through the bread basket there. But there was a great pill there from Taylor. Seen the space out wide there for Wiley, but they're coming back for the advantage. Taylor attacking the line nicely. It's seeing some good space in front of him, just getting his forwards going forward. It's always good to see a 10 attack the line like that, Tess?
Yeah, and he's doing a great job of pushing Scott Tolmy out of the way of that first ball play hand as well. So that's his number 1 job. But then both the 10, both Taylor and Connor Gilbert, both of them, they're not really getting tricked into taking that space straight away. They're being very direct with their attack.
So Soaks back on the attack through Gilbert. Connor Gilbert. Centimetres away. Associates, they continue. This time they're over. And it looks like it was Sam Meacham it will be picking up the try, taking the score out to 10 points to 0. But, you know, credit to Kalamunda. They've withstood that attack for the last 25 minutes.
Oh, the Kalamunda defence there, you feel like they just couldn't keep it up. They were just making tackle after tackle, and it was bound to break. The down wall was going to break at some point, and it just, I mean, credit there to Soaks. They were just relentless. They just keep coming in, and finally got over for another 5-pointer.
And some really good lead-up work. Connor Gilbert, the number 12, he's a big, hard-running centre. He sort of got them on the front foot there, and a nice pass by Haynes onto Meacham. As we see Scotty Tolmy again.
Both Taylor and Gilbert working quite nicely in the midfield there. Taylor carries it up, Gilbert steps up into first receiver there. And yeah, good partnership developing there between the midfielders.
So Tolmy strikes it sweetly. The flags are raised. So Associates out to a 12-0 lead. 26 minutes gone in the first half here at Hartfield Park. As we see it just once again on the replay. Haynes just as he fell onto the back foot. Meacham still with plenty of work to do. Put the head down. And the gap opened up. And try time for Associates. So Kalamunda again. They have not been inside Associates 22 this entire game. The ball's got in there. But Taylor sends that into touch from the 22.
So demoralising, isn't it? You try and build up and get into the opposition half, and then you just get thumped all the way back into deep into your own half. You've got to try again.
So here they go. Just back inside Kalamunda territory. Kalamunda with the throw. The wind has overcooked it. So Tommy picks it up. So once again, Kalamunda denying themselves possession. Taylor onto Lagan. Haynes again to Taylor. To Gilbert. And once again, there might have been a bit of misunderstanding in that centre pairing. So Kalamunda with it. They play on quickly again through Tookie. Now Black. And the big Alex Cayley. Offload. Sowers. Been one of Kalamunda's best. Tookie also good. Runs into Tolmy. Black again. To Manu. So Kalamunda inside SOAKS territory. Davuda Vakula takes a mountain of stopping.
Great carry from the midfield.
Great opportunity here to Heki. So Kalamunda chewing off the metres. To Heki again. The big number 8. Black. A long ball. Had to hook him out. Onto it once again. Duvaduvakula. Now to Kaylee. To Sowers. So Kalamunda inside the 22. On the attack for the first time in this match. Tamanu again. Ball gets left behind. Black to Tuki. Duvudavakula still going. This is better from Kalamunda. Ball's come out though, it's been picked up, but the penalty comes.
You've gone off. Created that.
What are they going to do?
Yeah, we're look for a quick tap again. They've worked pretty hard there. You can see a lot of tight bodies there now.
That'll give them a mountain of confidence though going into that second half, knowing they can do that into that headwind.
Absolutely, and it's just all direct play, wasn't it? They did such a great job just keeping that ball alive, supporting their teammates as well, and just finding little edges.
Here they go. They
the
tap from Rawlins. Tuki to Para. Met heavily.
Hold yellow.
Tuki again.
Backwards.
Sowers. Don't need to panic. Ball comes loose though. The referee. So high tackle was the rule. So Kalamunda maintained possession.
Jesse Elliott just a little bit loose. He put his hand up straight away with that challenge there. Kalamunda looked to pack down, looked to just take a breath, looked to set something up, looked to strike here. Peter Grant, what are you looking at? What are you trying to see? Who are you trying to unleash in this Kalamunda backline off this scrum?
Tez, I think you touched on it earlier. I think, and they've got a bit of good pay out of it now. It's just being nice and direct. So I'd really love to see them take it nice and flat to the line here. Just look for gain line every time. You know, just get their forwards noses in front and just work around the corner. So yeah, nice. You just keep it nice and tight, especially with all this wind. You don't want to be throwing the long balls, and they've been doing too much of that. So I think nice and tight, and just look for gain line here.
And especially that 13, 14, 15 as well. Tamanu, David Vakula, Rawlins as well. They're all pretty big, physical, athletic guys too. So just being able to get them on the front foot, getting them a one-on-one, they're going to be able to beat guys. David Vakula's been breaking tackles left, right and centre so
he's been
far
real
as well. So just giving him an opportunity with a bit of front foot ball, a bit of momentum.
Yeah, the work rate for a couple of these players, Duvakula is one of them, has been a good. They've been getting back off the ground and getting back involved, and that's the difference. You know, that really makes a difference for your team. It helps the guys reorganize outside you and gives you more pay.
So I think Dominic Jason has succumbed to that little cut head injury. So I think Masabaka might be is back on in the number 8. So a big chance here for Kalamunda. Just inside the 22. Almost centre field scrum. Big drive coming from SOAKS. Picked up off the back from Tuheki. Back into Tuki, now to Sowers. They drive him back though. Masibaka now to Black. So Kalamunda, the pick and go from Sowers.
Looking a bit static there at the moment. They need to get some players to run onto the ball, but they're working their way through the middle and they're getting some pay there now.
Pick and go again by Kaylee. So Kalamunda continue this pick and go, making some ground there. This is Ma.
Got advantage.
Tuki with the advantage to Black. Long ball out to Howley. Howley with
Yeah,
pace,
great
and
finish.
the try comes. So great reward for Kalamunda. As we mentioned, they withstood a mountain of Associates attack in one of their first benches into the 22. They've come away with the points.
Yeah, and just beautifully orchestrated there by Ryan Black. You can see he was just sitting at the back of those rucks, sitting at the back of those forward pods as they carry. He gets them to go right again, just draw one or two more in. So he's talking to Toki as well. I mean, yeah, while Toki's there and he just unleashes him. All of a sudden, there's that little bit of a space and a little show go. Regan Howley puts the big right hand up, crosses over on that far side.
Yeah, great result. So that's positive signs for the Bulls to score with the minimal possession that they've had. Getting points in their first time up inside that 22. An important kick to come from right out on the touchline. I think the wind will be blowing this one away from the posts, Pete.
Yeah, this will be a tough kick. Yeah. So to keep your head down on this one.
So he moves into it. It holds up. It might be good. In fact, it is. That's
beautifully.
What a tremendous kick.
What a kick.
So things starting to happen for Kalamunda. 12-7 is the score. As we see Halley again. Show and go. Points to the sky. He likes it.
There's a great ball by Black, just getting him on the run there. And he had a bit of work to do still, but beautiful finish.
So Kalamunda, they let it, well, they don't let it bounce, but they're a bit slow to react to that
That's
one.
the try scorer, Wally. He's come back. There's a bit of a no man's land there. No one wanted it, and when he decided he was going to take it, it was a bit too late, unfortunately, just not getting there.
Yeah, good kick by Taylor. I think he saw a bit of a gap there, and everyone a little bit slow to move. I think he thought it might have been coming a bit quicker than it was, but that wind just holding it up.
It's a critical little error there from Kalamunda. Like, it's a dangerous period. They've just put points on the board. There's 5 minutes to go, and they've invited Soaks back into their half. Can they withhold another wave of this Associates attack?
Sorry, I was just wondering, you got a bind as well, yeah?
So 12-7,
Yeah,
5 to go first term. Might be a few extra minutes of injury time on the referee's clock.
Here we go.
The Associates have dominated territory and possession in this first half. And they are about to unleash again. Haynes to Taylor. They've got all the backs up. Gilbert goes himself, tries to offload it, does to Moran. Larkins coming around off the other wing. So Hungry looking for some work, the number 11. Haynes. Meacham takes the ball to ground. Associates again. Walding Karatiana still going the hooker. 10 metres away from the Kalamunda try line. Associates through Depar. Cayley makes the tackle. Haynes wants it, gets his hands on it. Spits out, and it might have been... So plenty of feeling in this game. Few tempers, bit of frustration, I think, from both sides.
Step back.
And there's got to be a bit of frustration there from Associates as well. Hard on the attack. Just a little critical error, just releases the pressure again. Dane Sawers as well. He's been around everything, and he's straight there as well. Straight there as well to help Charles Rawlins help his mate out when he looks like he's in a little bit of trouble too.
Tessie spoke about the pressure earlier on, and I think it's starting to build with Stokes. They've got all the ball, all the possession there deep in Kalamunda half, and they're just not getting the points that they need to go into the second half with a bit more of a buffer, because this wind is a real factor. And credit to Kalamunda, they're really sticking their hands up there, and as we saw, there's a lot of feeling. Guys are getting around each other and putting in some really big hits.
How important is this next 3.5 minutes for Associates and Kalamunda?
Oh, for both teams, it's critical. I mean, for Associates, just to be able to put a few more points on the board before half, like we touched on pre-game, looks like it'll probably be about a 20-point win that they should be able to convert to. And with the ball they've had down inside that 22, they should probably have a few more points on the board as well. But then the flip side of that is Kalamunda, how tight they've been able to stay, how well they've been able to withstand like that. That's character that they can build, and that's confidence that they can build and take into the second half. And they know that if they can go down, whether they're just 5 points down, I don't know if they could afford another try, like the confidence they'll be able to take into the second half to know they can withstand anything and then put it back on this opposition will be huge.
Yeah, here they go. Kalamunda with the scrum feed, 5 metres outside, the big drive coming from Soaks. They hold firm though, Kalamunda. It's been a good scrum. Ball needs to come out. Penalty coming though in favour of Associates.
Oh, it's an interesting call there from referee Gattenby. Very rarely are you going to see a penalty given when both front rows have stood up, and especially that Associates front row was Joel Walding, Karatiana. He was the one that stood up first, and once you're standing up in the front row, it's very rare that you'll get any benefit of an advantage from a penalty of the like.
We see there again, Tess. Talk us through what was going on.
Well, they're putting a lot of pressure through Norman Tapara there in the middle, so they're trying to drive him up. You can take the hooker out of the middle of your scrum, you can ruin that scrum, okay? And they've lifted him up, they've done a good job of driving him, but because they're driving directly up, I think the referee should have just repacked that, unfortunately.
Well, so SOAKS have chosen the scrum again. So we talk about a roller coaster. Moran up. This is Larkins. And he scored the try. So we talk about these moments.
Great finish there from Larkins. He made it look really easy in the end. Just took a little inside and outside.
So Associates from 12-7 at the break, all of a sudden, it's now 17-7. And psychologically, it's not going to break Kalamunda, but it's certainly going to hurt them, as opposed to if they had been able to go into that break just trailing by 5.
I think there's something that can really take from it though as well, is that Associates have had to score their tries. They've had to score them wide out in those channels, like within the 5 metre line each side. So they're not able to go through them. They have to really find a little bit of space on the edge to create it. And that's not taking absolutely anything away from Harry Larkins. A great little bit of skill there as he caught the ball in the air, feigned inside and stepped to the outside. Like he just stood Ben Smith down and made him grab air, but he did it beautifully. But it's just the confidence Kalamunda will still be able to take from knowing that they can force this Associates team way out wide to have to score their points and not go through. I think will help them immensely.
As we see Tolmy off 2 steps, almost threads it. I like the way he threw the grass up in the air to check the wind, but it's just gone wide of the post as we see the try again here. Harry Larkins it was.
Just got bent with flat-footed there and just made it too easy going around the outside. And yeah, it's a great finish there by a good winger.
So in the shadows of halftime here at Hartfield Park, 17-7 the score. Associates leading the home side. Rawlins with the restart.
That's a good one as well, nice and high, straight into the breeze.
Tackle needed to be made, and Larkins again keeps his feet. Masabaka. Big, strong running number 8. His brother, formerly with the Western Force, now playing over in England. And a penalty coming for Kalamunda. Black plays on quickly. Black going, still going, looking with support, throws a long ball, bounces up nicely for Ma. The last throw of the dice here. Sowers in this first half. Black still going. The pick and go from Tuhiki. Oh, a little knock on.
Oh, a little knock on there from Kalamunda. The things are starting to look good there.
Wow. Great fight back, though, from the Bulls.
Captain Black just taking a quick tap and just putting, I think, caught SOAKS flat-footed there. He went for a long ball. He was lucky with that one. But, yeah, so great, some good advantage there from Kalamunda. And Black still in the play there again. He's hungry.
Yeah, I like the way he plays. He's just a real busy number 10.
Leading straight from the front there.
Wants to roll the sleeves up, get the hard work done. So a big scrum now this time for Associates trying to defend. Another chance for Kalamunda. Haynes to Gilbert. Runs straight into Howley. Ball goes back to Taylor and he looks for the safety of the touchline. It's not going to go out. That wind's going to keep it in. So Rawlins now with it for Kalamunda. He's got some pace. Throws it out the back. Tamanu picks it up. Now to Davudu Vakala. They need to try and keep him in. He just stays in. Tookie to Black. They're standing a long way out. To Hickey now to Cayley, the big front rower. He offloads to Tapara. Tapara for the line. So close. Kalamunda back on the attack. Black has it. Hands from the back to the forwards, and it's going to be Regan Howley, number 2.
Beautiful passage of play by Kalamunda. Great finish there. Again from Regan.
Wow.
Oh, we were questioning the width here, but they found that lazy defender in the SOAKS line, and the big boys show the skills off as Tapara makes some great yards. And that man again, Black, sweeps in, plays 9, moves it wide, and Howley.
Wow.
Howley puts the ball down on just about the same blade of grass he did before.
What a great response from Kalamunda.
Yeah, it's just what they were looking going into the halftime break. But the breakdown on this far side, there were some really long passes there from Toki and from Black to get that ball into the midfield, which is where the space was. And yeah, the front row is combining nicely there to get some good advantage in the midfield.
So conversion to take them to within 3 at the break, and all the momentum Kalamunda's way. He struck it, and he struck it incredibly well. So game on.
I think that was a tougher one than the first one.
Fantastic conversion.
Great kick
From the touchline. As we just see the final moments of that try with Kalamunda getting themselves right back into this match. Heath Tessman is out there in the middle. We'll see if he can get hold of someone. Have a quick chat before the Kalamunda Bulls go into their break. In fact, he's picked up Ryan Black, who's been in outstanding touch. We'll just wait till Tess brings him across. So Tess, if you've got us, we've got you down there with Ryan Black.
Yeah, thanks. I'm here with Ryan Black, the man who can do anything. No number on his back, it doesn't matter. Turnovers, we're kicking, we're controlling the game. Has that up-tempo game, that's been a part of what you guys wanted to play today?
Oh, absolutely. We figured it out last week that when we got that messy, quick, unstructured ball, that's when we're at our best. So when we can, we're going to go to it.
And it worked really well going into that wind in the first half. Do you think you're going to change the game plan a little bit leading into this second half with that wind behind you?
Look, that's the catch-22. You go away from what you've been training and wanting to do, and then it goes away. So we'll see how we go. I won't give too much away in case these early words are coming back on the sidelines. You know?
Too easy. Well, he's been one of the stars of the first half. Let's see if they can finish it off well in the second half. Thanks very much.
Beautiful. Thanks, Tess, and thanks to Ryan Black. And Petey, he's right. You know, what do they do? Do they keep playing the same game, or do they start dropping it on the boot?
No, well, I'd stick with the same game. I mean, they're doing it so well into the breeze, so why wouldn't they do it with the breeze of the second half? And I mean, they can take so much confidence in from their first half. I mean, they made a lot of simple little errors in the beginning, but now that the breeze is their back, I think they could just carry on doing what they're doing. Wild break.
So 17 points to 14 is the score out here at Hartfield Park. Associates hanging on over the home side, Kalamunda. We'll take a short break. All the action of the second half, not far away.
Do you love the game?
Do you want the best seat in the house? Help make the game better.
Get involved.
Become a referee.
So welcome back to Hartfield Park. It is game on at the bullpen. Kalamunda trailing 17 points to 14, but now with the wind at their back. And from the restart, Lamb looking for touch and finding it. So Kalamunda will have the first attack of this second half. Tapara it will be with the throw. Getting used to a new bit of breeze. This time at their backs, they win it well. Tookie now to Black. To Hickey. On halfway. Tookie goes again. Black. Tamara. Off to Ben Smith. Right there on the wing. Penalty though to Associates, so not the start Kalamunda would have wanted. After that great finish to the second half with Regan Howley scoring his second try. And a magnificent conversion.
Yeah, we're only a minute into this second half, but the danger is for Kalamunda that they think that all the hard work they did in that first half into the breeze, it'll just happen for them now the wind's at their back. Associates know that what they need to do, they need to really work hard into it. So they're going to really grind down and buckle in hard to get the points in this second half. And let's see how they go with this first opportunity.
So, well won. Gilbert drop into that tackle. Sowers. So Kalamunda have come up with it. To Hickey. Puts the head down. Tolmy makes the tackle. Turkey, Black. So we're going to try and Tolmy over the ball. No. So a penalty. Okay, must have been a knock-on. Was it Tess? Yes.
Yeah, a little knock-on there off the first phase when the Kalamunda boys got up and put a bit of pressure on.
So interesting to see what they do here. We've got the centre field scrum in between the 10 and the 22. Will they be tempted to just get out of their half, or are they going to continue that ball in hand attack from anywhere?
Yeah, going off what their captain Ryan Black said at half time. If he does anything here, if he kicks.
Holding their holds very close.
Yeah.
So to Hickey, to Tookie, they're going to chance their arm. Here they go again.
Here
Rawlins up from fullback. Little chip over the top from Rawlins. He's quick. Toes it ahead. Rawlins, he's been interfered with by Moran. We'll see what the referee says. They don't need the referee. That's a wonderful try. Charles Rawlins.
Rawlins has done it all. Great little chip kick. Got the toe in the head and right from deep in his own half.
Wow.
Kalamunda strike first half.
See
second half.
Again on the replay, to Hickey picks it up to Tookie. And then it goes to Rawlins, and he's a very athletic running fullback. Chip over the top, toes it through, and despite the attentions of Moran, he's got there, won the race, and Kalamunda take the lead for the first time out here at the bullpen.
And you had good support there. Toki was there, Ben Smith was there. I think any of the three of them could have dotted that one down. So Kalamunda looking really hungry here in the second half.
And the crowd have come alive here at Hartfield Park, as they should. Colour 19-17. And it's Hanare Hukamau.
Yeah, he's got a nice smooth action, does Hukamau. He's going to do pretty much the same thing he did in that first half for those two kicks into the wind. This should be a little bit easier with the wind at his back, but I'm not going to put the mockers on him.
Oh, 3 from 3. The second rower. All the skills.
Isn't it beautiful to see no one with a number above 4? Actually, though, Scott Talmey's wearing 17 today.
Taking the kicks at goal.
Taking the kicks at goal.
So 21 points to 17. Kalamunda. Rawlins again. He's high on confidence. He's thumped that from inside his 22. Taylor back well to clean up. Back to Moran. Moran takes it up to halfway. Haynes, sloppy one, picked up by Noble.
Stay red, back buddy.
Depart. So Kalamunda's turn to defend. Haynes again. Noble.
Good line there by Noble.
Bull's here. Yeah, bull's here. No, leave him. Thank you.
Counter up coming from Kalamunda. Tolmy. Soft hands to Depart. So SOAKS just slowly but surely making their way upfield. Taylor. That came off the hand. It looked like it may have gone forward. It did off Lamman. So a little mistake there coming from the Swanbourne side. Little knock on.
And lots of good parts of the defensive structure there for Kalamunda as well, especially from Hemi to Avi, sorry. Excellent job there. He was pressuring through on that ruck on the far side. He really wanted to get a part of Damien Haynes at 9 there, but called out of it. Didn't give the penalty away. Gives the opportunity for his line to get up, put the pressure on. They forced a mistake. Instead of a penalty, back on his own 10 with the ball being kicked to the corner. Here they are in the Associates half on the attack.
Yeah, another great opportunity here for Kalamunda. Ryan Black out there, the number 10. He's just shouting instructions. Great to have a confrontational 10 like Ryan Black. Really marshals his troops. So another good platform. Tahiki picks it up again to Tuki. Loves to run with the ball. So we've got the first of the replacements on. It looks like that is Anthony Tahiti has come on in jersey 21. We'll try and pick up who he has replaced. Possibly the try scorer. Cayley, the big man, wrapped up by Meacham. That's the 10-metre line. Black. In fact, that's Howley still there. So he's still on. Howley still going. Offloads to Tahiti.
Just didn't get the offload to Toki there on the inside. Got his hands free, got it freed it up, but Toki just unfortunately knocked it on there. But looking good here for Kalamunda. They just seem to be making gain line every single time. Howley, yeah, with another break. Great inside ball there to Anthony Tahiti, who's just come on the field, some fresh legs. And so Kalamunda just really looking like they've got the ascendancy here. They're just looking good with every passage of play. It's just easy yards for them at the moment. SOAKS on stopping them in their tracks, and what Kalamunda was doing to them in the first half.
Yeah, playing with some confidence. Certainly playing with confidence. So it looks like Ben Smith may have been replaced, and Rawlins has gone back out to the wing with Tahiti at fullback, and it also looks like Pumi Black might have gone, and Sean Wynn on. It's a nice, clever kick, and Heath Testman showing all the skills as that ball bounces off his massive chest. That was a clever
big
kick.
Bounce that.
Using that wind.
Yeah, it was a beautiful kick.
See Kalamunda really speeding things up a bit. You'll see how they go.
Here they go. They love that up-tempo game. Tuki has it. Black, long ball to Hickey. Offloading to Tamanu.
Hold here, yellow.
Cayley again.
Big carry.
Ball comes loose, cleaned up. Salves is there. In fact, Pumi Black is still out there, so we'll try and work out who Sean Wynn has come on for. Caleb Mara, we think it is the man that's been replaced. Cayley again getting through a mountain of work in the early stages of this second term.
The Bulls have got the advantage.
Trying to be a little bit too clever. They go again through Black. Pins the ears back. Good support there from Howley, looking for number 3. Tapara. All the skills. Offloading to Davudu Vakula. Still going the try, and he's over. Wonderful try. Dots it down underneath the posts, and Kalamunda on fire at the bullpen.
Oh, the quick tap taken there by Ryan Black first and foremost. then they look like they'd almost gone the wrong way. They come down this short side, but Tapara, a little bit of a dance, moves his feet, and then unfortunately Larkins goes over. The foot of a car, he's got a lot of work to do here. Beats through though as he just casually strolls in under the post.
He's an amazing runner with the ball. He's just so damaging, Pete. Every time he's got it, he's made yards.
Yeah, he just looks so smooth when he runs with the ball in hand, and yeah, he's got a really solid frame with him, so it's tough to bring him down.
So Hanare Hukamau with his easiest kick of the afternoon, and he makes no mistake. So 4 from 4 from the number 4, having an outstanding afternoon with the boot. And Kalamunda 28 points to 17.
And just heaping that pressure on, and that tempo game that they've been playing, it's just Associates are really struggling to keep up with it. They're looking for that structure. That's how Associates play. A lot of structure, a lot of set piece, none of the quick tap tempo play, and they're just struggling to keep up.
So the restart from Taylor. Tukey flies high. He's been very good this afternoon. The penalty though, favour Associates. They decide to play on quickly themselves. Masabaka onto Tolmy. Scotty Tolmy offloads. Daliena, one of the replacements now on for Associates. So all of a sudden, the SOAKS inside the 22. Their first attack of the half. Meacham wrapped up, 15 metres away. New halfback as well, Daliena. Wrapped up by Sowers. Cristiano Tizano, I think it is there in jersey 21 for Associates.
Yeah, some fresh legs in the park. They're trying to bring the spark back into Associates' game there. Adopting a bit of the Bulls tactic with a quick play, and it's got them some good yards there, so they're right on their attack now.
Madzeki also on for SOAKS, so plenty of changes being rung by both coaches. And Associates 5 metres away with the line out. Meacham wins it well. They bring it down.
I was looking good here by SOAKS.
They march towards the try line. I'm not sure where the ball is, but it's over the line. I'm not sure who. In fact, it might have been that man. Scotty Tolmy picks it up. So SOAKS replying. As we see it again here on the replay, it splinters away, but Tolmy wasn't letting anyone get their hands on that one. And he'll march out for the conversion attempt. But Associates back in this game. Just when we thought Kalamunda were going to run away with it, SOAKS have fought back.
Yeah, and off the back of a little bit of that structure there as well, they did there was some great decision making there where they played with the tempo, but then once they had the opportunity down to that 22, okay, now let's just go to our work. Let's put the ball in the corner. We'll go to grind. Kalamunda, they contested that line out, and it left them short to defend that maul. And that's all that Associates pack needed, was just to get round the back. Scotty told me, can he convert his own try?
Outside the 22, strikes it.
Oh, he struck it nicely. It's just gone across the face of the uprights.
So score remains 28-22. Kalamunda leading Associates, as you see it again here. And Scotty Tolmy's highlights reel continues to grow.
And just tucking in there behind Daliena as well. And he's been starting a lot of the games for them so far this year. It's a great, great front row to have to come off your bench at the end.
So Rawlins.
He's pushed that one too far.
Yeah. So not the greatest restart. So just little errors that Kalamunda started this match with, creeping back in.
Charles Rawlins hasn't put a foot wrong all day. He's just unfortunately overcooked that one, but it's given possession easily back to SOAKS, back on the halfway line.
It's a tough thing to do as well, isn't it, Mick? The two of us, about 3 kicks in a game between us. It's hard when you've got that breeze at your back, just always biting off more than you can chew.
It's a real test of character here for SOAKS. Mr. Barker at the back. Oh, here we go, Gilbert. Just couldn't quite get the arms free.
Just touch.
Connor Gilbert, always dangerous.
Brendan Mazecki was flying on the outside. He just couldn't get the ball. Gilbert just couldn't get the ball into his hands.
Yellow, move over.
So Kalamunda with the line out. It's been stolen. In fact, I'm not sure who's come up with it. Noble's fallen on his back. Meacham. So Soaks have come away with it to Tolmy. Scotty Tolmy. Saw the line wide open, and the big fella, as we see this line out, it was a messy line out. Hookham got his hands on it, but Noble ended up on the top of Sowers' shoulders.
Yeah, that's it there.
And then Tizano offloading to Meacham, then Meacham with a nice ball to Tolmy, and it's just popped out of his hands.
Acres of space.
Time off. We've just got blood here, yeah.
So referee's calling time off. Someone's got some blood.
Yeah, we might just get a wipe.
Needed to tuck that ball under his arm, mate, Tess.
Just time's off.
Oh, yeah, he needs to hold onto it tight, that's for sure. This is a challenging little period now, though, for Kalamunda as well. They had all that momentum, even when they were having points put against them. They still had that momentum with the way they were attacking leading into the half time, and they've come out in this second half brilliantly with that, with everything behind them as well. But now Associates, there's just been a little stake driven into the ground. Soaks have dragged a bit back. They've dragged a try back as well, putting a little bit of that pressure back onto Kalamunda. It's going to be interesting to see how they respond.
So a little time off, a bit of blood bin on Alex Cayley.
Perfect, let's go.
Front rower for Kalamunda.
Here, fellas. We've got red
Been
ball.
one of many good players in the Bulls this afternoon.
I was about to say, Katie's been involved heavily there today. Lots of offloads, good carries. Good to see the front rows with some good ball skills.
Yeah, but most importantly, holding down his job at scrum time as well.
Another important one for him here, right on the 22.
And a big challenge here for Hemi Tuave as well, with Daliana coming on. This is his first scrum. Big hunk of meat here at tight head. And he loves to really attack the hooker. So Norman Tapara, he's got to keep his left shoulder buried down. He can't give them any opportunity to come in underneath him and go forward.
So Kalamunda with the scrum feet. Tizano there at halfback for Associates in 21, being a real pest on Tookie. Ball coming back for the Bulls. Black. Rawlins leaves it behind. And as he called a knock on, harsh. I thought it went back. Once again, Kalamunda playing real width. Despite the conditions out here. Long passes.
It's a tough call there on Rawley, and Kalamunda just obviously looking to exit there with a big kick. One channel out, and yeah, they've unfortunately made the error. You feel they should have just maybe stuck to their game plan.
Yeah. I don't think Black has Black kicked today?
Only kicks he's been doing is those quick taps.
So Kalamunda defending again. Soaks. Bit of momentum heading their way. They try to keep it in through Masabaka. Tizano. Ball gets left behind, picked up by Sowers. Oh, the referee though. That would have been interesting. We might try and pick it up on the replay, what he's actually called. I thought that ball was out.
Yeah, he's called the knock on there at the back. I think it was Damien Haynes or Masabaka as well in the, Tizano, sorry. Just a little, unless he's misunderstood.
I think he got a
that.
hand. I think it might have been Tuavi just got his hand on it.
Whatever it was a brilliant bit of play, but the big story out of that was the difference in scrum there as well. With Daliana, it's a big front row that are finishing the game off here for Associates. So
yeah, it is.
You could see the change all of a sudden in this scrum. So now it's up to Kalamunda to earn their way out.
We're disappointed there. They didn't play advantage. I mean, Sowers was away.
Yeah. Rawlins. It's gone the midfield bomb. Gilbert underneath it. Offloading to Moran, up from fullback, now to Landman, now out to Madzeki. His first touch, he looks quick. Comes back inside, back to his support, so SOAKS playing advantage. Lagan to Zano, to Taylor. Runners either side. Walden Katana wrapped up well by Rawlins. Noble with no one outside him. SOAKS again, Daliena shows and goes. Mountain of a man. Taylor. Larkins from his wing again, getting busy. That's the 22-metre line you can see. Associates maintaining possession. Walden Karatiana. They go again through Tolmi. Midfield. Pick and go from Madzeki. Tuki brings him to ground. Tizano. Lagan. The second rower towards the line. He's only a metre away. Tizano, the short side they go. Larkins, Landman, ball to deck. Referees coming back. Looks like he's...
Good patience there by SOAKS. Going through the phases, getting some good pace through the middle. Some of those pick and drive. Madzeki getting his hands on the ball there, getting involved. Good to see the winger coming in.
Just wait. You've got offside here, or you've got a hit high here.
So offside or a head high, the two options. Give it to Taylor, and he's going for the head high.
Yeah, taking it a bit wider.
Easier kick for the line, surely.
Yeah, you would think so.
And he
As
does
they tap it over.
Pops it into touch.
Now it'll be interesting to see if Kalamunda decide to contest here. They contested last time Associates were down this part of the field, and it really, unfortunately, was to their dismay, gave the opportunity for SOAKS to score. So they stay down. Will they hit it?
Meacham wins it well. They start to rumble. It's been splintered. Ball's in there somewhere. Tizano's got his hands on it. Musabaka still going.
Strong carry, Musabaka.
Short is the call. Tizano leaves it behind. Taylor. Quick ball out. It's been intercepted. Kalamunda. What's he called? Wow. Tahiti, I think, was...
offside.
Oh, offside was the call. He was away.
Yeah, no,
I would have liked to see the
would have
foot
loved
race.
to see that foot race.
Madzaki coming across there in cover.
Yeah, two fresh legs. Both with a lot of speed, so yeah, that would have been good to see.
Okay, we've got to do better down this end here. Next one will be going.
Wow, that's been two little chances there for Kalamunda against that run of play. But they've been disallowed or called back. So SOAKS, this line out once again. Kalamunda under pressure. Leading by 6, approaching the halfway stage of this second half. Been a great contest. Lagan wins it well, but not straight. That's that wind throwing to the back of that line out.
Yeah, scrum here.
We said it earlier. Just put those calls, put them in your back pocket.
Yeah.
Don't worry about them today.
They've gone right to the back, and it's just drifted. You could see he's actually hanging towards his halfback to pull that ball in.
Yeah, especially you're 6 metres out from the opposition's try line. You've got a maul that's been working quite well for you as well. You just need to win that ball and bring it down and give your forwards, give the piggies a chance.
Here we go. Come on, fellas. We've got to speed this area up, eh?
The referee wanting to speed the area up of the scrum.
Fine.
So Tuki
Sit. Steady it.
has the feed.
Use it.
Gets
A lot
it
of
himself.
pressure, that scrum.
Oh, no. Little mistake there by Anthony Tahiti. He's not happy with himself either.
Tell you what, there's about 8 blokes wearing red and black as well who are walking back to another mark who aren't going to be too happy with him either.
Wow. That was, could be costly. Those simple little mistakes. Kalamunda keeping Associates in this game. But credit to the Kalamunda defence. Once again, the SOAKS have been camped in here for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, but it's going to take a huge effort here for this Kalamunda team to keep Associates out. They've been prying and prodding so far, and they're starting to find a few little soft edges. Kalamunda, they'll still be on their last warning as well. I don't think referee Gattenby's going to have forgotten about that. So they have to stay squeaky clean here. And when you're being a little bit too clean, that's when you can give the opportunities to the opposition.
So here we go. Scrum Tizano. Masabaka has it. Tizano takes it. Landman picks it up nicely off his toes. Wrapped up there by Howley. SOAKS, though, marching towards the line. Tizano finds Meacham. Close. They go again. Taylor back inside to Madzeki. And the try comes. And he's got the rehearsed little celebration as well. But
Great.
Associates.
Great feet there by Madzeki. He's done a little inside, off the left, and then back. Straightened up nicely, and he's kept his body position nice and low, and it's just been too much there for Kalamunda across the fence.
Nice celebration.
Nice little celebration there at the end. He's been working on that one for a bit.
So 28-27. Scotty Tolmie with the chance to put SOAKS back in front in this enthralling contest at the bullpen. Midway stage of the second half. It's probably his easier to kick for the afternoon. The big fella. He's about 20 metres out. Just off centre. Tolmie moves in. So he's missed the kick. So the score remains Kalamunda 28, Associates 27. What can Kalamunda do? They've spent very little time in SOAKS half in this second half.
Kalamunda, I think they need to stop limiting their mistakes. That seems to be the only thing that's keeping SOAKS on the attack here. I just think it keeps things a bit simple.
It's a better restart by Rawlins, who put it out on the full last time. Larkins loves to get involved. He's very quick off the mark. Tookie goes a little bit high. Referee says it was okay. So this time SOAKS with this up-tempo style. Noble now over the halfway onto Madzeki. Still going. So SOAKS inside that 10. Replacement player on for Associates. That's Brassington. Taylor, Landman. He's got Elliott outside him. Doesn't need him. Takes the tackle.
Hold here, Red.
Tizano. Taylor. Gilbert. Wrapped up there by Sowers. Madzeki cleans out. Masabaka. Met heavily there. Centre field by Fave. Referee playing advantage for Taylor. Dancing, trying to offload. Finds Landman. Hickey brings him down.
A lot of energy here by SOAKS. They're looking good here on the edge.
Meacham. Moran to Larkins. Larkins turns it back inside to Cesano. Back to Larkins. And another terrific try from the visitors. And that will put SOAKS back in the lead. But Pete, tremendous hands from Associates.
Kalamunda just seems to have gone to sleep here the last 10 minutes. They were looking good, and then from the kickoff, that's great passage of play from SOAKS. They've worked all the way back up, and they've just held that ball through a number of phases and just been patient there, I think. And yeah, what a wonderful finish there on the right wing. Good support play back on the inside from Tizano, freeing it up there for Larkins just to dot it down comfortably in the corner. But what a build-up.
Yeah, really good vision by those SOAKS players too. They didn't panic, very composed, all at pace. Saw the man in a better position and handing it on. So as we watch Scotty Tolmie
struggle with the wind there.
Yeah.
But a good finish for that man, Larkin. I think he started it from the kickoff. He was the receiver. taking it deep in his half and a good carry. And both wingers actually heavily involved in that game. Ball went all the way across to Madzeki on the left wing and came back and finished with the Larkin back on this side as Tolmy's pushed that one across the face. Always going to be a tough one into the breeze, but SOAKS really on the upper hand here now. Kalamunda just taking the foot off the pedal. Ryan Black going to have to have a good stern chat with the men and round them up and get them firing up for these last 15 minutes.
It starts here at the kickoff, doesn't it? Paulie, plenty of height on that one. Lazy chase though, Kalamunda, just giving the Associates team an opportunity just to run it out, let themselves get set up. Not much pressure there. Wynn making a menace of himself with the ruck. Tizano goes straight up.
Great take there by Kalamunda.
And there it is, Sam Meacham penalised. Playing that ball in the ruck when it wasn't available. This could be the opportunity that Kalamunda need.
Here's a mark here, buddy. Mark here.
And they're looking to go. Two Hickeys looking, we're going wide. Toki goes to the mark.
Oh, the trick play.
He's going to look for the
trick,
tap.
quick tap.
Let's go.
But still playing with width, lots of width here.
Big pass.
Black finds Saws, the Associates defence. They're up quick, as they should be. Little room there for Tapara. Play breaks down. Kalamunda, they rumble in. Got some big boys out there, so they're just looking to play it tight. Saws locks that down over the top. Wynn goes again.
Nice, good low body position there by Wynn.
The new man there for Ave, he's on. Good little drive, draw the penalty. Toki, quick tap. Play down the right-hand flank, that's to Manu. He's locked up, finds Rawlins. Rawlins has been great today. Toki.
They want to bring it back to the midfield here where all the heavies are.
Great carry there by Black, supported by Saws as well. Moves the ball, here we go.
They got another advantage, but here they go again on the wing.
Oh, to Hickey as well, with a great width. And over there to Duvadavakula. Wrapped up, momentum swinging back this way now though. And it's for Ave, the big man, rumbling
big man,
up.
What a carry.
Straight down, that's not even channel 1, that's channel 0.5. Needs to get men around the ball. Associates, who's that over the top of the ball? Scott told me.
They can come back for the advantage, I think.
He's won the turnover freely there.
Tom off.
And Peter Grant, I don't think there's any questions about what Kalamunda are going to do from this penalty, is there?
Okay.
No, well, they've really slowed it down now. Ref's going to have a quick chat.
So we've got two penalties. We've got a penalty up here for 11 goal. Yep.
But yeah, it's been the plan
11
order of the day
goals,
for
entry.
Kalamunda. Just
No.
quick
Right.
tap and play. But they're deep in the 22 there now, so no element of surprise for this one.
11 gold entry.
They're spreading their forwards out though, putting their men in the centre of the park. This is the same structure they've had for each one of these quick taps they've taken when they have had to slow it down. Trailing by 4 though as well, so I know they need the try.
Norman Tapara, the man, just getting some medical attention there. It looks like he's cramping up in the calves. Done a lot of work in the midfield.
He's been busy. Both the hookers as well today have been busy, and they've shown a lot of skill. It's been a tough day as well at set piece, especially at line out time to throw. And I think they've redeemed themselves well. But around the park as well, they've been making their tackles. Ball's been in both hands. They've been looking to play, but looking to carry as well. So let's see what Kalen Toki's going to do here. They go wide, go to the big man to Avi in the middle of the field. Look to generate that quick ball and start to bring some of those big forwards around the corner. Advantage again for Kalamunda as they look to just grind back here.
Toki getting some good direction to his forwards there, saying he doesn't want to just keep going.
Wynn goes here to Ave. He's at the back. Is he going to take this one off the back? Needs some support. He goes over. It's for Ave here at the back of this ruck.
No hand! No hand!
Black's got his shoulders on him as they drive forward. It's just metre by metre here, isn't it?
Offside, 6 yellow.
SOAKS got to be careful here now.
Saws so strong,
He's
so
over.
aggressive. Looks to be over the line. No, he's held up. They just kept grinding their way down there. Kalamunda did, and it ended up with Soares. Dane Soares, such an aggressive, strong character. Just doesn't stop for anything at all, does he, Peter?
No, and he's back on his feet. He's back on this side looking for the quick tap, and he's getting himself in another position to be another ball carrier. But here they go again, Tess, another quick tap. Now they're in the midfield, so
another quick tap. This time with Associates, a man down. Jack Noble just been showing the bit of cheese as he marches off the back of the field. Kalamunda, they waste no time. Oh, big opportunity there. It's Daliana. He's over the ball. Can't get his hands on it, though.
Oh, Black's sort of showed a little
time. Black off the captain. What's that?
Great little shuffle by the 10. Just caught them flat-footed a bit.
Magical there from Ryan Black. He saw the space inside and he really looked to hammer that home, but they shut the gate pretty quickly.
It looked like he'd overrun that, actually.
And he didn't give up on the play at all, and he gave himself. You can just see here as the ball ends up at the back of this ruck. And Black, he spots the space inside Scott Tolmie. Scott Tolmie reacts and looks to shut the space down. But then it just gives him that little bit of opportunity to get on the outside, catches his man opposite him lateral.
Oh, Ryan Black, a little bit of mongrel there.
Oh, and he's just been dogged all day, hasn't he? He's led this team really well.
Absolutely, as you see, he's led from the front. He's just been leading by example there. He's been in the rough stuff and just all the carries, the quick taps, just really getting his team going forward. And yeah, perfect man to be dotting down there at this time of the game. Very crucial part of the time of the game now. We're into the last 10 minutes.
Hanari hooker now, he's lining it up. Form he's shown today. Makes that one look easy.
Been consistent under the conditions today. He's really done well. As we look at the build-up there again, and what a finish.
And Kalamunda back in the lead. Look at the emotion there. 35-32. How will they get out of their own end now? The ball's taken well. It's that man, Dane Soares. That man again, Black, slots into halfback, and Rawlins looks to kick the skin off this. The wind's died down a little bit here. Taken well by Taylor. There's a little bit more energy in this chase from Kalamunda now.
I was going to say, you can just see they've just stepped it up a notch there now. As Madzeki takes the ball, he's working his way across field.
Oh, he finds a little bit of space. He's looking strong over there. Suave, no, he's ruled not to have been tackled high. There it is, Meacham looks to carry. A little bit of a tip on there for Brassington. Tackled well, Tizano clears it out to Taylor. Taylor finds Gilbert, runs hard. Good bit of collision there. Smart little play from Meacham, bounces out. He looks up and sees Fave in his channel. That road's closed. Carry there by Richardson. The new hooker on the field. They're building well here, though, Associates, and just a little bit. A little knock on there.
Taylor stepping back inside. Looking for Moran on the inside, but he just didn't find him.
Fortunately for them, Pumi Black, he's been found offside at the preceding ruck.
Both teams have been a little bit guilty of finding themselves offside at ruck time and just giving the opposition a bit of a free run at a test, and it's just, yeah, it's made it a bit too easy. So both teams have been a little bit need to be a bit more disciplined at ruck time, just on the offside line.
Absolutely, there's been some critical moments too as well there. Associates knocking on. Kalamunda could have the opportunity to go out as they defend this maul. Well won there by SOAKS. Tizano.
Oh, good little show on the inside.
Gilbert strong in there.
On the outside.
Coming around the corner, that's Brassington again.
Oh,
he's got his men in behind him. Oh, they thought they'd held him up there, but they haven't done a good enough job. Kalamunda swarming here, and it's Daliana. Daliana with the show. What about that? Everyone looked outside. He got caught flat-footed. They thought the play had broken down. They thought he was looking just to move it. Great carry here from Brassington.
Great carry. He got good support there.
Oh, Madzeki as well.
Behind him there.
What can't he do? The Caliboy's doing a great job of just slowing down a bit, but the ball cleared by Tizano. Soares, he plays for that one in cash. And the big man, Daliana. Dots it down to the right of the posts. Associates taking the lead, 35-37. Just over 5 minutes left here on the clock. Scott told me he's been given an early mark for today, which sees Mitchell Taylor. We finally see her back having a shot at goal.
Yeah.
Strikes it well.
But Tess, I think you're right. I think the breeze has died down a little bit. It's a bit gusty, but it's definitely not as strong as what it was earlier, as we see that replay again. Great little step back inside and finish there by the big man, Delina.
It has, it really has. The breeze has dropped out of it pretty rapidly. It's almost having no effect at all in the game so far. A little bit of a work at that kickoff.
It's gone 10.
On Associates, Masabaka.
Masabaka hasn't even been involved heavily since he's come on.
Carrying up this near channel. They're back on the attack here. Through their hands. It's that man, Brassington, again. He's been busy since he got on. Finds Midzeki. Midzeki wrapped up in that wide channel. Look to play the ball. Little tip on there to Elliott. Carries strong. Taylor, he's looking for some runners. Puts his hand up, does it himself. He's got...
He's taking it to the line nicely there.
He's got Masabaka off his hip.
Oh,
and Associates.
Moran has broken the line. He's given it off to...
Oh, everything going Associates' way right now, but just
the ball down.
Couldn't get there and support the player.
Penalty.
And it was desperate stuff. Kalamunda.
Quick tap.
They look to go
there
quickly.
We go again.
Just as the breeze picks up again. Looking for that space. Soars here. Steps inside, straightens up the attack. He needs some support.
He's been an absolute workhorse there today as Soars.
Hasn't he done a great job? He's been one of the best on the park.
Some of the big boys on Kalamunda are looking a bit tired out there.
Here we go. They look to move it here. Getting the ball into the hands of Davuda Vakula. Inside there for Win. He shows, looks at a bit of space. Masabaka, he's got a big opportunity on top of that ball. He looks up, he says, "It wasn't me, sir. Sir, I let go." The referee, James Gattenby, says, "No, mate, it's all good. You won the ball there." And once again, as we've touched on this half, Peter.
He's called it a game. I thought we had a bit more time to play there, but
the game clock here is
we're a bit behind schedule.
We're showing 77. The referee's called it.
He's called it at full time there. 35 Kalamunda and 39 Associates. Big win away from home for Associates. Kalamunda will be a little bit disappointed there. They had their noses in front right towards the end, and but SOAKS just coming home strong there. Good finishes toward there. Masabaka, some big carries from him. Good play. Taylor led very well there in the midfield. Some good carries and taking the ball to the line, which I really enjoyed, and he had good support from Gilbert outside him as well. So both good spectacle here this afternoon, Tess.
Absolutely. You touched on Masabaka there as well, and I think it's the rest of the bench that Associates ended up bringing onto the park too. It was guys like Daly, Christian Tazana. He really spread up the game. Brandon Midzeki was absolutely everywhere. He was popping up, carrying down the wing, looking to run off the shoulder of his nine through the middle of the field, cleaning out. He was busy, and I think that the replacements that Associates were able to bring off the bench, they made a big difference here this afternoon, didn't they?
Yeah, they were great. Midzeki really he was hungry when he came on. He was working off his wing, getting involved and getting his hands on the ball. It didn't have the same effect for Kalamunda, unfortunately. They weren't able to inject as much energy as a SOAKS bench did, and I think that ended up being the difference there this afternoon. And some of those big forwards worked really hard. There was some solid defence there from Kalamunda. They really worked hard that first half, holding SOAKS out. And I think it just unfortunately got too much for them in that late second half.
Yeah, I think a lot of that work that Kalamunda team did on defence in that first half, it really started to catch up with them, and you could see there was a bit of a swing in the way Associates attacked the ball in the second half too. Like, they really treasured the ball. They knew that they didn't have that breeze behind them in the first half like they did in the first half, so they treasured a lot more, kept the ball in hand, looked to really play and and I think it paid dividends for them, didn't it?
Oh, absolutely. They just sort of got better and better, you felt, as the second half got on there, as the game got on. And they really looked after that pill, and that's given them the win here this afternoon out of the bullpen.
Yeah, and that just about wraps things up here then at Hartfield Park with the away team Associates defeating Kalamunda by 39 points to 35. Make sure you join us next week when we head to Associates home ground, Allen Park in Swanbourne, with Associates taking on UWA as part of our Belt Up round. Again, a huge thanks to Fortescue and all of our partners for making the broadcast possible. My name is Heath Testman, and on behalf of Mick Collis, Peter Grant and all the crew, thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to your company next time we bring you Fortescue Premier Grade Rugby live on Stan Sports.